So today we're going to be focusing on 1.5, which is expressions and exponents. So a few things that you need to know about key concepts. Number one.
Using exponents is an efficient way of writing expressions that involve repeated multiplication of a factor.
So the base. The repeated
The
factor.
base is a factor that gets repeated. The base, a factor, repeated. Base, a factor, repeated. The base is a factor, repeated.
So the base in this case is 8 because we're multiplying 8 4 times. So my base is 8. My exponent is going to be the number of times the base is used as a
the number
factor.
of times a factor is repeated. It's small but sits up sky high. Exponent I. See you.
So 8 is my base, 4 is my exponent.
A number expressed using an exponent.
A power, 8 to the 4th power is another way this can be read. So 8 is my base, 4 is my exponent, and 4 can also be my power. Reading powers.
Don't fight the power. Get right the power. Read the power. Every hour. Find out how. To the first, to the second, to the third, fourth, fifth. Read the power.
So x to the second power is read x to the second power or x squared, not x to the 2. X to the third power is said x to the third power, not x to the 3, or it can be called x cubed. X to the 4th is called x to the 4th power, okay, and so on and so forth. Exponents in the order of operations.
Know the order. 1 through 4. You will use it more and more. It's not so hard as you will see. Just break it on down and repeat after me. 1. Evaluate expressions inside the grouping symbols. 2. Evaluate powers and get a clue. 3. Multiply and divide from left to right. 4. Add and subtract from left to right. 2. Yeah, that's the order of operations. The rest is up to you. Word.
So looking at this, PEMDAS, P is parentheses. Well, they said 9 minus 7 is 2. So they left their 2 in parentheses. Let's cross off P. E, they do exponents. 2 to the third power, a lot of you guys are going to do 2 times 3 is 6. That is not correct. It should be 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 will give me 8. So that's where they get their 8 from. Now there's still parentheses up there in multiplication. So 3 times 8 is 24, and 24 plus 20 gave me 44. Let's go on to part 1.
Exponents are like shorthand. They make it easier to write expressions containing repeated multiplication. Writing 4 cubed with an exponent is more efficient than writing 4 times 4 times 4. Now, imagine writing 4 to the 12th power without using exponents. That is a lot of 4s. So, be efficient and precise, and you'll save more time and space.
So looking at this, 4 times 4 times 4. Well, 4 is my base. So if 4 is my base, this must be 3 because it's 4 to the third power, or 4 to the third power. Okay, down here, I have 2 to the 5th power, so that must be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 to the 5th. Okay, well, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So I can put 32 in this box. Now here, what if I have 4 times 4 times 4? Well, 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 4, what's 16 times 4? Well, 16 times 4, 6 times 4 is 24. Carry my 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So in this box, I can technically have 64. Okay, what about here? They want you to solve using order of operations. What's 3 to the second power? Well, 3 times 3 is 9. So they brought my 21 over. 21 minus 9 is, well, what is 21 minus 9? I know 21 minus 9 is 12, so I'll put 12 in this box right here. Go ahead and freeze your screen, catch up if you need to, call me over if you need help.
What is the value of 4 cubed plus 6?
So I'll start this off with you. I know 4 cubed will be 4 times 4 times 4. So on the previous screen, we just said what 4 cubed is. You need to take that number and add 6 and get your solution. Here are some possible answer choices. Go ahead and freeze your screen, fill it out, show your work, and circle your answer. Go ahead and freeze your screen. The correct answer should be 70. We know 4 cubed is 64, and 64 plus 6 gave me 70. Copy it down, make sure it's in there.
Your friend says that 2 cubed and 3 squared are equivalent because they both contain 2 and 3. Do you agree? Justify your answer.
So they're saying 2 times 2 times 2 will give you the same answer as 3 times 2. Or sorry, 3 times 3. So I want you to go ahead. Is 3 times 3 equivalent to 2 times 2 times 2? Show your work and explain why in 2 sentences. Okay, when you're done, I'm going to go ahead on to part 2. For part 2, they want us to sort these and solve them. If A is 5, B is 12, and C is 9. So let's start with this first one. B squared. Well, I know that B squared will be 12 squared, or 12 times 12. So solve it with me. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Bring down my 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. And I add them together, I should get 144. When I subtract 63, because I have the minus 63, 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 minus 6 I cannot do, so I cross out my 1, make it a 0, and this becomes a 14. Well, what is 14 minus 6? 14 minus 6 should be 81. So this answer then is 81. Let's go on to the next one. 2C. Now remember what I said last week. If I have 2 and I have to plug in C, which is 9, it's not 29. I need to leave my parentheses around that. What is 2 multiplied by 9? Where should it go? What box? Okay, it should go in 18. What about C squared? Well, what was C again? C was 9. 9 squared becomes 9 times 9. Well, what is 9 times 9? Use your finger trick. 9 times 9 should be 81. What about 5b? Well, 5b becomes 5 multiplied by 12. What is 12 times 5? Well, let's show our work in the corner. 12 and 5. Copy this down. 5 times 2 is 10. Carry my 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So where should this go? Should go under 60. What about 2a plus 8? Well, 2a becomes 2 multiplied by 5 plus 8. What is 2 times 5? Well, 2 times 5 is 10, and 10 plus 8 is 18. Copy it down. What about 12a? 12a becomes 12 multiplied by 5. Well, we already know that 5 times 12 is 60. So let's plug that in for 60. Go and copy these down. Now, I should see more than just these problems in here. I need to see all the work that I've done. So go and freeze it, rewind where you need to. I want to see all of your work. That is very important.
What is the value of 2x squared minus z squared for x equals 12 and z equals 8?
So I'll start you guys off with this one. If I have 2x squared minus z squared, x is 12. So I'm going to do 12 in these parentheses squared minus z was 8 squared. Well, what's 12 squared? We know earlier in our notes, 12 squared, boys and girls, was 144. Okay, put parentheses around that and my 2. So now I have 2 multiplied by 144 minus, what is 8 squared? Well, 8 times 8 is 64, not 16. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 144, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. So I get 288. And now I need to subtract 64. So what is 8 minus 4? Well, 8 minus 4 is 4. 8 minus 6 is 2. And 2 minus nothing is 2. So my correct answer should be 244. Here's the work right here too if you need to copy that down. If you have questions, go ahead and call me over.
A student gives a times b cubed as an answer when asked to write the expression ab times ab using exponents. What is the student's error?
I would like for you to think about this one. What did the student do wrong? Okay, go and explain your work in 1 to 2 sentences, and then I am going to record part 3. So go back to my Weebly and make sure you get part 3 of the notes.